Well, good evening and welcome back on this apartment auction Thursday, it would seem, the WRIGHT Canberra Auction Centre. It is our fourth auction for the day, all apartments, and excitingly, two so far have sold, the third very close in negotiations, but of course the fourth, in my opinion, I'm slightly biased, I will admit, the crown in our jewel tonight, which is of course the delightful property known as 13 of 2 Serventy Street in WRIGHT. The revered Stromlo Terrace, of course, is where we take you now for the 6 p.m. auction. My name is Alec Brown on behalf of my colleague Kane Walters and myself, in fact the whole team from WRIGHT Canberra. I begin by first of all acknowledging the effort from our owners in presenting this remarkable property. It's great to have you all tuning into the live stream, and to the interested buyers amongst you at home but on the phone, I do wish you the very best with your bidding. Now, I know right throughout the whole campaign we've been eager to impress by providing you with all the relevant documentation to ensure your confidence in today's sale. Now, first and foremost, that's going to arrive from your contract, which has been widely distributed, a very standard ACT Law Society document, which legally identifies the unexpired term of the lease for Block 13, Section 4085 Block 1, Section 16 in the Division of Right. Now, the prescribed terms within are exactly as you'd expect. It's a cash and unconditional sale. There are no listed restrictions on the transfer of the title. We offer the property vacant possession with no changes made to what is a fairly comprehensive list of inclusions. No changes made, you can see them all there as identified on the front page of the contract. Now GST, of course, it is not applicable to the price you pay. Settlement, that's been nominated within 30 days from today's date, and a standard 5% deposit is required to secure your purchase. Now that said, if you've made any alterations or amendments to these details, you bid on that basis. Underpinning tonight's proceedings are the ACT terms and conditions of auction, widely distributed in advance. However, I will highlight a few of the more important points there for your consideration. I am the only one authorised to place any kind of bid or offer on behalf of the seller. Now, it's certainly not my preference to do so, but if compelled, I'll clearly announce it as a vendor bid. It can be done just once, and only at a level below the reserve price. Your participation by way of bidding. Well, of course, you would have had to pre-register for our event, and I will note that all required documentation and authority to be on the phone and bidding has been cited and approved. Now, I can decide the amounts or the increment by which the bidding advances. Also may choose to refuse any bid. In a very unlikely event of a dispute or discrepancy, my role will be to adjudicate. I'll be the sole arbiter. My decision will be final. Now, providing we are above what I feel is an exceptionally realistic reserve price at the strike of the gavel and the screaming of salt, the obligation to the fortuitous purchaser amongst you would be immediately complete the contract. If instructed, we will of course do that on your behalf, as well as pay the nominated deposit. Of course, no late bids, no late offers there can be accepted after the fall of the hammer. So my simple suggestion, my recommendation is, firstly, you make sure that you bid. Then, of course, make sure you are my highest bidder. And if we are above that reserve price, you'll be the buyer. The balance of any other terms or conditions I take as being read and understood. Well, certainly on face value, it's easy to feel like possibly there are some options to choose from when considering an apartment, particularly in the much sought after suburb of WRIGHT. But of course, as you would know, just by one glimpse of not just the advertisement, if you had the benefit of walking through, there is only really one that compares, and it is right here and now. A sprawling floor plan of over 97 square metres of internal living is a wonderful accommodation. Of course, with only 2 bedrooms, it means that you have so much space around you. Complementing, of course, the internal provisions is the courtyards as well. Front and rear, over 60 metres of courtyard space, making this feel much more like a townhouse alternative than your regular apartment that you would see. Beautiful hardwood floors, and of course the presentation of that updated, wonderfully presented kitchen or the ensuite and bathroom combination. It really is a contemporary property of absolute ease. Your benefit, of course, aside from the parkland towards the rear or the beautiful garden of the complex in front of you, is the proximity to nature, to Coolman Court, to schools, to shops, to pretty much everything you really look for. It's quiet, it's subdued, but it is, of course, ready to go for our new buyer. So I'm going to call for your interest now, your opening bids. Now is the time to stamp your claim, your authority on the proceedings. Who starts me off with an opening bid?
375.
375 with bidder number 2, and I wish you well in your endeavours at 3 1/4 now the bid at 375. It's a good start, maybe not a finisher, but we're there at 375. Over to you and where you would see value. I would have thought maybe you square the ledger at 4, but it's up to you. Where do we see
400.
400. Taking the suggestion well with bidder number 1. I welcome 2 into the mix now. And 410. The nice short, sharp response now at 410. Well bid. At 410 with bidder number 1 back in front, or bidder number 2, I should say. Beg my pardon.
420.
420 back in front at 420,000. Well placed now at 420. 430's there at $430,000 now. Back with bidder number 2, my lamplighter, my opening bidder at $430,000. Any advancements now to go? And when you look at everything on offer here, the side-by-side parking, the wonderful complex, the quality of community that's surrounded, only $430,000 with bidder number 2.
5 more here.
Sorry?
5 more.
5 more. We keep it alive for the 5, and 35 it is with you. Bidder number 1 at $435,000. Breaking down the increment.
5 more.
5 more to 40, and 40 now the call at $440,000 now. Well bid, well offered at 440. 440 the call. Any advances now on 440? Do we say 445, or maybe round me up to 4.5? Can we say 450 on your behalf? Surely you'd be thinking it's worth that and more at $440,000. All important, but you can just move in and take absolute advantage of the lifestyle on offer. The sun that streams through, the peace, the quiet, the tranquility. It is all here at $440,000. Bidder number 2, calling it away once at $440,000. Any advances now? It's that moment. I'll need you to be sure. I'll need you to be certain, because to try and find anything else quite like it is hard indeed. Second time of calling at $440,000. It's a big moment. What do we think? Everything is all here in front. Reverse cycle heating and cooling. Excellent energy efficiency rating. You could rent it out in an absolute heartbeat, though for me, you'd be securing the lifestyle for yourself at $440,000. Third and final time of calling. Any further advances quickly? Understood, we just need to allow a quick moment of conversation at the moment, just making sure all bidders are given fair and equal opportunity at $440,000 now is the bid. That's the call, that's the money. You'll have to be north of that figure now. Happy to keep moving in those 5s if you'd like, but you'd name your increment. We move northwards here from this figure surely at $440,000. Well-regarded body corporate. It's been looked after so well. Excellent neighbours indeed, and of course with all that storage as well. It's got the linen cupboard, it's got the European laundry, and of course downstairs in the side-by-side garage is that bank of storage as well. It's neat, it's complete, it is ready to go at $440,000. Hang tight, bidder number 2. You're in the box seat, and that's where you'll need to stay. We're just covering off on the other interests that we have here first. At $440,000, need to know moment. Troy Kane, how are we looking? I know it's big decisions on the phone right now, but at $440,000 currently bid and offered. If you're just tuning in, you're midway through the auction here for 13 of 2 Serventy Street. Understood, thank you, Kane. 13 of 2 Serventy Street is the property that we are offering in WRIGHT. An exceptional 2-bedroom, ground floor opportunity, wonderful living spaces, huge amount of courtyards, and of course, a quality complex indeed. At $440,000, bidder number 2 is in front. I'm just covering off on all the other interested parties before we get our final instructions. Hang tight, I do appreciate your patience here. As I mentioned, the ducted reverse cycle makes it comfortable and convenient as well. It's energy efficient, it's neat and complete as discussed. Huge amount of storage with that kitchen space, with the extension that's been added on as well. Vast amounts of open plan living. Understood, Kane? Bear with us, folks. $440,000 is the current offer. There's the line in the sand. We look northwards of that amount. Good, strong interest right throughout the whole campaign. You've got to be reassured by that. Certainly, it's a good indication to show you that it is a very sought-after apartment indeed, and for good reason. As I mentioned to you, to try and find homes of this proportion for just the 2 bedrooms is rare indeed. Over 97 square metres of internal living. Wonderful bedrooms towards the rear of the home. The walk-in wardrobe plus the private ensuite to the main bedroom there. The rear courtyard. It's safe, it's secure. 440 is the bid. Kane, how are we looking, mates? Bear with us, folks. We are very, very close. At $440,000 is the bid. 13 of 2 Serventy Street, Stronglow Terrace. It's an easy stroll out to the wonderful nature reserves as well. If you are inclined for the mountain bike or road bike, indeed, wonderful cycling, of course, with Stronglow Recreational Park, and of course the new pool being built out there as well. It's only adding to your external outside lifestyle amenities as well. A very short commute to get yourself onto the parkway, into the city in a matter of minutes. Another two, 442 would be the number 2. Serendipitous indeed at 442 now, current bid and offer. And I thank you for it. Improved position to improve your lifestyle perhaps at 442,000. Bidder number 2. I thank you for the increase. We're there with you right now at 442. Any further advances? Bidder number 1, I will need to know. It's a big decision. I can appreciate that, but it's one you'll look back on fondly in the many, many happy years ahead at $442,000. Kane, I can see you just finalising your conversations right now. It's that moment though. How are we looking now? First call.
We're on the market.
We're on the market and selling. So it's good news for you right now, bidder number 2. But bidder number 1, I just need to be absolutely certain. Are you sure? Are you absolutely positive of your decision here and now? I'll call it away 3 times and to be sold at $442,000. Any further advances there to go? Otherwise, bidder number 2, it looks like it is yours. First time now at $442,000. Look at everything on offer. Look at the opportunity. Look at the lifestyle hanging in the balance, going twice at $442. For the 3rd and final time, all done, all finished, all silent. We sell in the absence of further bidding at $442,000. Bidder number 2 is going. It is going. It is. Sold. Congratulations. Very, very well bought and very well fought. To bidder number 1, we do thank you for your interest. No doubt we'll do our very best to find you something else like it. Congratulations to our successful purchaser and of course our sellers as well. We are always thankful to be working with such wonderful clients indeed. Thanks for tuning in. If you do have any questions about this result, Kane and myself, we'd love to have a bit of a chat, see what we can do to help. Thanks for tuning in to another WRIGHT Canberra live stream auction. And that's it for the evening. 3 out of 4 apartments sold, all under the hammer, all ready to go. I congratulate all of our successful sellers and purchasers. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next auction.